this rage which drives you. You think if you kill them all, it will go away. It won't.
And that is the most annoying human.
The Donald Trump of the movie.
Oh my
You think it will
God.
go away, but it won't.
So annoying.
Yeah, he really phoned this one in. But anywho, welcome to Screams and Streams, the podcast that looks at the best and worst horror movies as rated on Rotten Tomatoes from 1970 onwards. I'm your host, Chad, and with me are my co-hosts,
Sam
and
Mike.
Be sure to check us out on Instagram. Our handle is @ScreamStreamPod. Also, check out our website at screamsandstreams.com for more information about all the films we are looking at. Just a warning, if you don't like spoilers, we recommend that you stop listening now, check out the film, and then rejoin us for our discussion. However, if you've ever seen a Halloween movie, I think you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Today, we are looking at Dominique Othenin-Girard's 1989 film, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. It scored 12% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's get into it. Mike, you're going to give us our summary. What happens in this riveting tale?
Well, it's 1 year after the events of Halloween 4. Michael survives the shootings. What? And on October 31st, he returns. What?
Oh,
With
that's
a vengeance.
crazy.
Lurking and stalking Jamie, Rachel, and Rachel's friends. Michael forms a plan to lure Jamie out of the children's hospital, where events lead up to the confrontation at the Myers house. Halloween 5 is a dark thrill ride that will scare the heck out of you, is what it says at the end of that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Let's talk about it. But first, we're going to talk about what we're drinking today, and we have a sinister sip made by Mike also. So what are we drinking there, bud?
This is from Haunted Ventures, and it is a custom cocktail for the film called the Michael Myers. So, yes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. You'd think it'd be white. Michael Myers with the mask.
Oh,
is what I'm saying.
Thinking about the ginger hair.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's really minty.
Yes, it is.
Holy fuck. Ugh.
There's a lot.
I hate it. Oh,
that is
it punches you twice.
that is some kind of drink. Yeah.
And here I was worried that there's too much fruit and mint in there to like mask everything. Nope. Oh my God.
Oh man, it looked so beautiful without the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And then
It did.
when you added it turned purple, and I was like, okay, well, you bring it to your nose and you just get overrun with mint. And then is there lemon juice in this? What's the ingredients of this?
So this is 1.5 ounces of gin, 1.5 ounces of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, blackberries and mint. So you muddle the blackberries and mint and then add the liquid and
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a double punch. Like, honestly,
it needs a little sweetener to it or something.
Yeah, it's very, very sour. If you really like a sour drink where you can't taste anything else but sour and mint, then I would say this is the drink for you. Otherwise, pass it by.
Or I would say bruise the mint. Don't muddle it.
Oh, Fox Creek. That's going to be tough sledding to get through that.
Yeah.
All right. So, but thank you, Mike, for making the
Always.
drinks. Mike does research. He finds the ingredients and he makes all our cocktails. And so really appreciate you, buddy.
I do not vet them until the episode. So
even though this one kicks you in the junk. All right. Our first impression. Sam, you're going to give us our first impression. Why don't you kick that off?
I have seen this movie before. Didn't quite remember. Like, they're all kind of the same, so they kind of blend in for me anyways. And so watching it, it was your traditional Halloween movie, I guess, but also kind of not. It's weird. The characters are kind of annoying. I don't really get it. I don't, there's a lot of questions that they're trying to do. And upon my research, it was like they were trying to build stuff up or answer them in later films. But just watching, I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is so weird. And so, yeah, I didn't love it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm going to go second here. So this whole movie is a what the fuck. The way Halloween 4 ends and then leads into Halloween 5 doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
the way they shoot certain scenes and then add on characters that are just kind of there doesn't make sense. It is an exercise in confusion.
Yes.
I just found it not scary, but frustrating. The kills were okay. Like, I mean, they're kind of fun, but overall the storyline and everything else is just muddled and weird.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Like, it's called The Revenge of Michael Myers, but it really didn't come across as that. And it just missed the mark for me. Mike, what do you think about it?
I don't know if I've ever seen this one before, but I've seen Halloween, so I have seen this before.
Right.
Yeah, this was hard. I do know that I'd seen 4, so watching this one, I'm like, I've seen that bit before.
Yeah.
And I went on YouTube to like see where does the transition from 4 to 5 happen.
Yep.
And the rest of this movie just felt like a really bad early, like sort of WB or CW, if you remember that cable channel.
Yeah.
Just late 80s, early 90s piece of shit horror film. Yeah, I didn't enjoy really anything in this movie at all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So we're all in agreement, but we are still going to go through these categories.
Yay.
So we're going to go to our first trope hall of shame. And Sam, you're going to kick us off with what was your first trope in this heap of a movie?
Heap of a movie. Yeah, I had quite a few tropes here, and they're all in every Halloween movie. So, of course, the thunderstorm, the wind, and the fog. So just nature as a whole are my first ones. One trope that I actually don't mind that was in this one is the hanging laundry. So being chased through the laundry and having to like move around in the shadows and the movement. So I don't mind it, but yeah, it was there.
Classic.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
I don't mind it though.
No, I actually like that stuff.
Yeah.
Except in Bugs.
I just didn't like anything about that movie.
All right. And Mike, what are a couple of yours?
My first one is the killer gets inside when you go outside to check on a noise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you leave the front door open, go out, and then suddenly they're in the house. And then the other one, I've only ever seen it in animated shows, never a live action. So I was like, what the hell? Where somebody throws a brick through a window with a note attached.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Like Simpsons does it at least once a season.
Yes.
So weird.
Yeah. Home Alone does it in Home Alone 2.
Right. Yeah.
He crashes
Oh, yeah.
it, he throws it at the robbers and is like, yeah, coming to get ya. But yeah, that's the only other one I know.
More enjoyable in Home Alone 2.
Yeah, agreed.
I love the Home Alone movies.
Oh, yes. All right. I have a couple. My first one is Bum Living in the Woods that has this super extravagant setup.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a hell of a cabin.
We saw it in The Blob. We saw it in another movie where they just have the hubcaps. They make it look like
Watchers.
This guy, but this guy obviously knows some construction. So he's got like this whole big setup that Michael kind of falls into, but he's living in the woods just away from everybody else. And I didn't really realize that this was a trope until we started this podcast because I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
So there's that one. And then my other one is the crazy rebel friend. I think her name is Tina.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. She comes out and, I'm down crazy. And she ultimately becomes the heroine of the movie. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She annoyed me.
The spray painted jean jacket, the
The
teased
whole
back
thing.
hair.
And then when she goes for her Halloween costume and she's, got the sexy outfit on, I don't care what anybody thinks. It's all that kind of bullshit. So anyways, those were my first two. Sam, we'll go back to you. Do you have any other two?
Useless cops. They
Oh,
put
yeah.
literal like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they acknowledge that they suck at their jobs.
Well,
And
they
it's-
hit that stupid music.
I have it. I have
Do
it
you?
here.
Let's
Yep.
hear it. Let's hear it.
All clear.
Nothing above, nothing below.
Yeah, why?
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And at one point, it's like, good thing we're not good at our jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you fucking idiots.
It's like Adam Sandler threw in Cops at it was supposed to be like a scary horror film, but there's cops that are just bumbling oafs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So bad. And another one, super strength, obviously.
Yeah.
Having
yeah,
super
yeah.
strength.
Always,
See it
yep.
all the time.
Mike?
My next one was the bad boy in a leather jacket and jeans with a white t-shirt.
Yeah, I had that one too. Yeah. Don't touch the car.
Smoking.
This is a great wax job, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh.
Said no girl ever.
Well, no, that was the soda jerk or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think his name is Spitz or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
Spitz.
Fucking name is that.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And then the animal jumps out to scare you. It's not the killer, so the kitten in the barn.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Those kittens were cute.
They were, yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah, I know you're not a cat person.
I like animals. I just don't. I liked Max a little bit more.
Well, then that goes to my next trope. Dogs sense danger.
Yeah, I have
And
that one too.
that was crazy. And they don't listen to the dog. Oh,
No.
Max, shut up, Max. Oh, Max, shut up, Max. I was like, fuck off.
Listen to
Like,
the dog.
just-
The dog is
he's
barking for a
obviously
reason.
upset.
Yeah.
If my
Yeah.
dog is tethered and barking at one direction for a long time,
Yeah.
I'm looking in that direction to find out what the hell's going on.
Well, and at
Yeah.
one point, he's directed at the bushes that Michael Myers is in,
Yeah.
and she's pulling him back and saying, no, let's just get in. Like, it's just
Literal a protection dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
it's like trying to-
Doberman Pinscher.
He's like, fucking listen to me. Is he barking?
He's like, there is a problem.
They
And I
are
am
known to
telling
do
you-
one thing in the world, and that is security and safety.
Yeah, but let's ignore it. Yeah. I had another one. The car explodes on contact
Oh, yeah.
with an object.
That was amazing.
He drives into the tree, and it is literally as soon as the car hits the tree, kaboom!
I did see he was driving at 50 miles an hour,
Yeah,
but still so fast.
unbelievable. Yeah. Sam, do you have any others?
Just had a couple more here. Teenagers fooling around in the barn. I feel like that's
Oh, yeah,
always
yeah.
A literal roll in the hay.
literal roll in the hay.
Boom, 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 boom.
And then on that same note, with slasher movies, killing a couple while they're having sex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did have one other one, and it's at the end of the horror film where, what's her name? The little girl.
Jamie.
Jamie.
She runs up and she sees all the bodies laid out in his attic.
That was a weird room.
The girl sitting there, and the dog looks stuffed. And it's like, I was just like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Like, he carries them across
The city, for his
to
trophy
lay
room.
them
Yeah.
up into the farthest upper room of the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one noticed.
Yeah, and nobody
Despite Donald Pleasance being in that house multiple times.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes. Anywho.
With the candles lit.
Yeah.
Just picture him being like, oh, hang on a minute. I gotta light these
yeah,
candles.
I gotta light these candles. Yeah. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our one-liners, and Mike, you're gonna kick us off with one-liners. What did you have for that?
One line I had was, "There's just no respect for authority anymore. It's the parents." Like,
Oh, those are the cops,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In the car when
Yeah.
they're trying to protect the woman that's going into the barn. Yeah.
just a weird like social commentary out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then my other one was at the end where Jamie sees Michael and she's like, "Uncle Boogeyman?"
Oh my god.
That was mine too. I was like, what?
So he's Uncle Boogeyman, or is she
Yeah.
calling him Uncle or Boogeyman?
He's got-
Uncle
he's
Boogeyman.
Uncle Boogeyman.
So scary. And then he cries a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then she's like, let me. And that ruins it. Then he gets mad. Yeah.
You can look, you can't touch.
That's right.
Oh,
So I had somebody could be dead right now. Fortunately, we're lousy cops.
yep.
That was mine for those guys. And then I had Tina's I love barbaric men.
Yeah.
When she sits in, what is that mask he's wearing?
I don't know.
It's like some weird, I don't know.
Gollum ghoul. It was supposed to be a Reagan mask, but the
Yeah.
producers didn't want it to be political.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam, what did you have?
I had the boogeyman uncle one.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one was Tina. She's holding the cat and she's like, oh, it's so cute. And then she goes, what am I doing? I hate cats. And like, throws it to the side. So I kind of like that one.
Right. Okay, so now we're going to go into our what doesn't hold up. Sam, what doesn't hold up for you?
Michael wasn't really that scary
No.
Right.
at all. Like I
Mhm.
feel in the other movies, he's like really scary and like terrifying, but this one he's not.
Is that lurking presence, but
It's just kind of, and he was always there. Like I just assumed, I was like, he's in that tree, he's in that bush. Like it's not scary. Like he's not popping up out of anywhere. And the mask I felt wasn't good.
No,
also.
the mask
like,
was. I have something in the research about the mask.
His moosed back hair.
Yeah, it was that. I was like, that's all I can think of. The ginger.
But
like,
they just basically they did every little horror movie trope that you'd think the guy would be there. He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so predictable. I'm like, okay, he's there.
Okay,
he's there. He's in the window. He's in the bush. He's in the forest.
Even when he was in the closet and he like crept around and was looking, I was like, yeah, I know you're there.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not scary at all. And then he walked by her. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's literally, I don't think there was a single jump scare in this entire, and I'm pretty jumpy.
And nobody has peripheral vision because he's so obvious all the time.
And he's always, he's a big dude.
He's huge. Yeah.
And then my second one of many is so they recap the ending of Halloween 4.
Yeah.
So he gets shot like a million times and then he falls into an underground lazy river and just bobs along into that creepy cabin.
Yes.
And then he lives there, or he's in a coma for a year?
I don't know which.
He's knocked out for some reason.
For a year?
I mean, yeah, I guess. And then he wakes up and kills this guy. Like,
who's probably been taking care of him in some way.
Yeah.
Like
Clearly cleaning him and
no sustenance or anything, no IV drip or he's just laying there. Yeah. That was another one of my tropes is the killer doesn't die. I didn't get it that one in there, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go with my what doesn't hold up. My first one is, again, and I seem to hit this a lot, but the acting was just awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything, even Donald Pleasance, who has been in many of these films and has developed this character, and I know he was kind of directed to do this, but it was just bad. It was, I mean, he's just yelling all the time.
Yeah, and he's always there. I'm like, why are you here?
He just shows up.
Pops into the investigation.
Michael's scary. It's like, okay, fuck off. Like,
I my notes, I'm like, shut the fuck up, Lewis. Like,
yes,
so annoying.
I agree. And then my other one was there's music as she's feeding the dog. She feeds the Doberman Pinscher. Like they add music
to everything in this movie.
This may be eerie to ear splitting, but they add music to every little moment, and it comes in and it leaves, and it's a hard cut when it leaves, and it's a hard entry. It's just bum bum. There's no segue. There's no like, why is there music? There's no tension. It's just a silly song.
Yeah, the fader was set at 8 and it stayed there.
And it's like, all right, now take it out. So those were my next two. Sam?
I said Loomis using the kid is bananas and what doesn't like is crazy. Just that whole sitch.
Oh, yeah.
And then I said I didn't like the blood. I said it was too red and too watery based on what I was seeing. So, those are my next two.
Mm-hmm. Mike?
So one of mine is, I just wrote, Tina, the annoying loud friend, doesn't hold up. It's similar to the psychic or the medium that they used in Witchboard, just like, you need a crazy 80s character. It's like straight out of a Tiffany video. I don't know.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Just, I'm such a rebel. I do all the things. Yeah, it's just.
Oh, it's so annoying. And then I put Donald Pleasance essentially terrorizes Jamie in every scene.
Yes.
Like, like you said, he's always yelling. It's like this girl is traumatized. She's mute because of what she's gone through. And he's like, what is going on? What is it?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Dude, calm down.
You have got to help. You have got to help. It's like, guy.
Or like maybe the adults could do something here instead of me doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had another one, which was just the overall set direction. That house looks like a grandma's house. Like it's the wallpaper and the furniture and everything. It doesn't look like Rachel's house. So it's obviously like someone older has there and is decorated. I don't know, but it's bad. Yeah. And then what doesn't hold up really, and I know Michael is invincible, but I mean, the guy's run over, he's shot, he's blown up, and still he doesn't even limp. No. Like he moves like nothing has fucking happened. And there's no reason as to why we shouldn't see some kind of reaction to these things. Like the fact that she runs over him and he just like sits up and then starts walking. And it's too much.
Well, even at the beginning of the movie where he wakes up in the shed or the hobo's cabin or whatever, and he doesn't have his mask on yet, he's got no deterioration or scarring. He just looks like a handsome guy in the like sort of out of focus. And then he has to put his mask on. I'm like, at least Jason decomposes over time.
Yeah.
Whereas Michael, nope, he's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think they could make him scarier if they showed something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my next one. Sam?
Rachel dying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like they could have done a lot more like development and she could have played a bigger part. Like she died so early.
Yes.
And I was confused by that. Like,
there's some research that I have about that
Oh, do you?
later
Okay.
on. Yeah.
I feel I missed something though. Like Rachel was there, then all of a sudden, like out of the movie, did I look at my phone and miss her death? Or because I was like, where's Rachel? What's going on? And then suddenly we find her dead
Way
in the
later.
Myers house.
Yeah. Well, she gets stabbed in the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's not enough to kill.
Yeah. I have stuff.
There's no
Okay.
like
All
fight or
Yeah,
anything.
we'll talk.
so.
We'll talk about that later. But
Yeah. Okay, what else do I got here? The scene where Loomis is just yelling into the forest and Michael's just chilling there, like you can see him under the trees.
This rage,
And
it's not going to help you.
but he's
Come back to the house, quick!
he doesn't even move, and you can
No.
just picture his face just being like, okay. I would have like, I don't even know, but I was
Yeah.
like, what is this scene? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Mike, do you have any others for us?
The two bumbling Keystone cops, I don't know what to call them,
Yeah.
bothered me. But there's a scene where Loomis is like, you need to go and do this. And he's like giving orders. And the blonde cop has like stank face. I don't know what to call it, but like so much of this movie.
John Black from Days of Our Lives is what I call it. He squints.
Yeah,
and
he's got
it's
like
that,
beady little weasel eyes.
that or smell the fart acting is
Yeah.
what I call it.
Yeah.
To me, it was a cross between South Park when Garrison does stank face and Donald Trump's actual stank face. Like it was. There was so much of this movie that reminded me of Trump. Pleasance's voice
Yeah.
and blonde cop's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And we've talked about it already, but the sound, the music, every time the cops do anything, where it's just like,
It's so bad. Just to hit you over the head that these guys are bumbling fools. It's too much.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Sam, did you have some others?
I did.
I did.
What? In this movie? No.
Killing the dog made no sense because he'd already gone in
The
and
dog
killed
needs
Rachel.
to die.
The dog does not need to die, ever. But it made no sense to me and why they would
No.
stuff it I
Yeah.
know it was a stuffed
'Cause
prop, but like
in the
why?
first one, though, they go back to the house and they allude to the killing of a dog. So then I was like, oh, well, Michael's got a weird, like, killing the animal thing. But
So in the first one, he was supposed to kill the dog and he was actually supposed to eat it.
oh,
But
okay.
they took that out because they thought it wouldn't speak, and rightly so, because they thought that it wasn't going to speak to audiences.
Right.
And so it would make sense, I guess, for him to kill the dog to silence him. But to kill him later on doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No.
Like after you've already killed Rachel, then why go back
Yeah.
and kill the thing that's barking? Like
Right.
just
It's already
leave.
tied up.
Yeah,
Like, it's already
done. It's not going to cause you any
No.
issue. Yes.
But now he's lugging that like I'm sure 100-pound Doberman.
Yeah.
Like I know he has super strength, but now he's got to put that in a vehicle. He doesn't have a vehicle.
No,
Can you
and-
picture him driving? Like
and
is he
this is-
hoisting these people
Yeah.
and walking
This is
across
the
the
thing.
town?
And nobody's going to see this guy dragging corpses.
I want to see someone shoot the fact that people shoot. These serial killers are setting up little scenarios for people to fall into. It's just ridiculous.
When he rings the doorbell, but he's not there.
Yeah. And then he runs away like Nicky Nygaard.
Little glee
Yeah,
tiptoeing.
he just sits there and you hear Michael Myers in the back.
But yes,
Looking through the eye holes. It's fucking dumb.
so dumb. What else did I have? I said I hated every character except the kid was fine. And then I said the explosion at the end was really dumb.
Yeah.
And then when Jamie is in the room and like locks the door, so he's just like kind of knocking on the door and jiggling the doorknob or whatever. But the last door, he like stabbed his way through. Like, he's at super strength. He doesn't need to like rattle and knock. He
Oh,
can
and
just
that-
kick it open.
That knife goes through that door like paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you brought up a lot that I just kind of glazed over because I don't know if I was tired but you nailed all of them.
For me, it was like I gave up. Like it was just, it was almost overstimulating for tropes or doesn't hold up.
This movie doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
I was like just enraged, I think. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this? A dog? What is
We
happening?
finally found Sam's angry movie.
That's right.
No, that was Maximum Overdrive.
Ah.
We've been there already.
It was so good.
Oh my God.
Love that film.
Fucking hate it.
Most gratuitous. Mike, why don't you give us your most gratuitous scene?
I wrote the cookie woman scene.
Oh yeah.
So
when Jamie's trying to describe the advertisement.
oh yeah, sorry, yeah. So yeah, when Jamie's in the hospital and
What do you see?
it's like, what do you see? It's like,
right.
I see
Yes.
a giant woman
Yeah.
and cookies, and it's like this. Like I just put gratuitous because it just goes on
Oh.
and on and on.
And I love how the cops like the gas station on 7th and 8th. It's like,
For the
He
woman's
knows
guy.
the cookie
it's
woman.
like, oh, he likes
Instead
the
of
cookie
coconuts,
woman.
it's chocolate chip cookies.
Giant cookie tits. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other one was just the number of times they do the Michael in a mask / Spitz in a mask. Because
Oh yeah.
Oh,
finally there's a reference to everyone knows Michael Myers and Spitz buys the same mask.
which is
Yeah.
insane
which is
as well.
crazy.
Yeah, just dumb. Yeah.
But they played that jump scare or misdirect too many times.
Overdone.
Yeah.
For sure. My gratuitous are beating Michael Myers with the 2x4 and saying die, die, die. Dr. Loomis is sitting there. At one point,
Even though he shot him a number of times.
well,
in every
he
other
shot
movie.
him. He's done a ton of stuff. But in this time, so that's the other thing that doesn't make any fucking sense is that he's trying to appeal to Michael Myers. Go see her and the rage will end. It's like, what? You've spent 3 movies telling us that the rage will never end and that he's a psycho and you can't reason with him. You have to kill him. And now you're trying to reason with him. And then at the end, he just beats the shit out of him with that 2x4. And he's like, die, 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 die. It just went on way too long. And he's just hauling ass on him. And then also Jamie's non-talking, I don't know, her like her stupid seizures and shit. I hated it. And I hated the fact that it just went over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't you talk all of a sudden? And why is this even a thing? Like, and you're at the children's hospital and like the woman's giving you CPR. They're fucking dumb. Just dumb.
At first, when she first wakes up in the hospital and she's so scared she can't scream. At
Well,
first,
that kind of made sense. Yeah,
at first, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. She is so terrified she can't vocalize.
Yeah.
But then
then
the
I was
first
like,
thing to do is
30
like,
seconds later, a film like, oh my God, this is going too long.
It just went on and on and on and on until finally she can talk because Tina, she's like, Tina. I was like, oh, this is stupid too. Like, I just, even her like coming back annoyed me. So that was my gratuitous. Sam?
well, and I thought it was wild as well that their first thing was to do a tracheotomy. Like,
I
instead
know,
of like
like,
give her like a
I
relaxant
gotta
or like
stab her throat. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. And
Yeah.
like, this isn't a surgical room.
He's
Like,
gonna
this is
sound like this forever now.
it's like a bedroom in a house.
I
It's
know.
not even
They
a
like
hospital.
lay her down and are just about to cut into her. And Loomis is like,
Why is Loomis there?
Yeah.
Loomis, fuck off.
Because he just appears. He's like Michael Myers. He's just there.
Yeah, all the time. It's crazy. My actual gratuitous was kind of in the same thing. Did you guys notice how big the paper was when they were doing the brain scan? It was like real supposed to paper. I was like, this is a waste of paper. This is a lot. It was huge. It was like half the bed. And it was constantly going. I was like, what is that?
Well, that's the 80s. It takes a lot of paper.
I guess. Oh my gosh.
We're moving on to terrifying or titillating. Mike, what was terrifying or titillating about this film for you?
Nothing was terrifying, so I went to the titillating side, and I just wrote the Red Shoe Diary-esque sex scene in the barn.
Barn sex.
Like,
oh,
The
yeah.
barn
We talked about the quick fire of the first one with the pubescent boy,
Yeah.
and this one was like, were they slowing it down to show like the last long? It was too long.
Oh,
it was,
Oh, it was very long.
Yeah.
too graphic, too weird.
Sam?
Like, and having sex in a barn too. Like, just be hay everywhere.
Hay is sharp.
It's sharp. There'd be like little mice and rodents in the hay. Like, it's, you know,
Oh,
barn.
yeah.
It's not
Hay is
sanitary.
not known for its
It's
cleanliness. That's
hay-
for sure.
Like
yeah.
beach sex and barn sex. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
that
always
just
in
doesn't
movies.
work.
And it's like, it seems uncomfortable and scratchy. But,
Hugh Hefner ruined it for everyone.
That's right. Yeah.
so mine is kind of like not. So I put it in here because it's like not totally. And there was like no nudity in this film, which is
Yeah.
very unlike a lot of the Halloween movies. I
Yeah,
think.
I guess
Like,
in the barn sex, I thought you were going to see her breasts, but she like stands up and her dress is still covering them. And then the top part of the breasts are covered with blood.
Yes.
And then the bottom part are her dress,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah.
and then so I was like, all I saw was a side butt. Like
Yeah.
when
Like
Yeah, that's
Rachel in the shower was
Yeah.
the only
Yeah,
like
that's
hint.
right.
Yeah.
so lack of titillating, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. My terrifying or titillating was, I guess the only thing I had was the shower scene.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, I mean, she's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
That's where I thought you'd see something. I was like,
Yeah.
but
I was
nothing.
like, here it comes.
Yep.
But no,
Nope.
it did not. I don't know. It was pretty lame as far as titillating, and there was nothing terrifying about this
No.
film. So
No.
it was very, very predictable. So I really didn't have a lot. That was the only thing I could come up with. All right. So now we're going to move into Stood the Test of Time. And Sam, what did you have for Stood the Test of Time?
Not a lot. So the only thing I had, like, I couldn't even say that, like, he was scary. He wasn't even scary. Like,
Yeah.
like, honestly, the only thing for me was, like, Jamie's acting minus the, like, overacting and the mute
Right.
scenes was, like, okay. Like, for a child, like, I think she was 12
Yeah.
when she filmed this. Like, I thought she did a good job for a child actor.
Yeah, I thought she did well with what she was given.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure the director told her, like, you can't talk, you got to do this. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked genuinely, like, afraid.
Yeah,
She looked
yeah.
terrified. She did well in the end scenes as well. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought she did a good job.
Yep. Mike?
I'm amazed I have two. I don't.
Me too.
Looking back at my notes, I'm like,
I was
what?
wondering, but yeah.
I actually didn't mind, although it went on too long. They could have trimmed it a bit, but the hacker slasher sounds and the images of the knife at the beginning, where you think it's like cutting into a body, but then it's
a
just
pumpkin.
carving
Mhm.
a pumpkin. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then my other test of time, I did like the mask he wears when he picks up Tina. Just,
Okay.
I thought it would have been great had he worn that for the rest of the movie. Like, had he not gone back to Michael Myers. Just,
Yeah, but you can't do that.
no, I know, but
No.
I just appreciate they had a different mask for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. My test of time, actually, as I looked through, I did have two. The kittens were cute. So that stood the test of time. And then my other one was the scene in the vent or the laundry chute.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Jamie at the end.
When he's stabbing
Where
through.
he's stabbing through and,
Yeah.
and chasing her. I agree with you, Sam. I think she did a great job with what she was given. And she looks terrified and is screaming and is trying to get out. And
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the only scenes I was like, all right, yeah, this
Yeah.
is kind of intense.
Yeah.
Everything else was fucking stupid.
Yep.
I had read that there was supposed to be a scene where he actually stabs through and gets her leg.
Yes.
But yeah, they found it was too violent or
Yeah.
too like just over the top. So they took that out. But the actress still owns the prosthetic leg that they used for that scene.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, and just to add to that, so when she gets out of there and she's running around, then she's limping.
Yeah.
And so she's selling the fact that she got stabbed in the leg, which is great for her.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the audience doesn't fucking know why she's limping.
No.
Right.
So they did that, and then yeah, they took it out. So I think they should have kept it in. Like,
Yeah.
It's a horror movie. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, ear to ear splitting is our next one, and we're gonna start with Mike on that one. What was your ear to ear splitting for this?
My first one was the fact that there's just always music. We've talked about this. Like every
Yeah.
scene, everything has music. There's the bad 80s, like guitar solo, high pitch. Yeah. And then we've already used the clip, but the squeaky clown music when the
Ugh.
police walk out of the house or every other time the cops are on screen.
That just made no sense. I
Yeah.
don't know why they put that in.
like,
No.
it's too self-referential. Like if they're doing the whole like cops are useless and we're going to point out the cops are useless, great. But the rest of the movie then should be self-referential or
Yeah.
sort of breaking a fourth wall, not just that one part.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Sam?
I had the same thing with the music. I said there was one sick beat, and that was I said it was the window scene.
Sick beat.
So I think, yeah, I was like, oh, I like the sick beat is my note on it. But overall, I didn't like the music. And then I also said Spitz's laugh.
Oh,
I don't-
yes.
oh my God. I was like,
It
nothing
so
would-
bad, yeah.
Nothing would turn me off faster than a man laughing
Yeah.
at that. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Yeah, you guys have mentioned some of the ones that I had, but mine was I got annoyed with the dog barking so much.
Yeah.
It was just over and over and over. Now we're in danger again. Now we're in danger again. Now we're in danger. It's like in that 5-minute clip, it just went on forever. So
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that. Okay, with that, we're going to move on to our what the fuck moment. I'm going to start that one off. My what the fuck is who is the guy in black?
Oh,
who
yeah.
shows up and kicks the little puppy. And at the beginning, it's like, okay, obviously this guy is bad.
Yeah.
And they just focus on his boots as he's walking around.
Yeah.
And he just shows up. And yeah, they don't explain him. They don't talk about him. And he's got the same tattoo as Michael Myers did. They make reference to that. But why? So that was my what the fuck. Sam, what was yours?
Mine, you kind of already talked about it when Loomis was like talking to Michael and he's like, Michael, go home. Like, go home. And he's like, okay.
Should be there.
And he
Yeah,
just,
he's like, all right,
goes, I guess I will. Why not? You got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So that was fucking weird.
Yeah. Mike?
My first one is Donald Pleasance coming out of nowhere in the middle of the night at the children's hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right? Like, why is he there? Just all of a sudden, like, we're going to do the tracheotomy. Yo, you can't.
Like Donald Trump / like Voldemort.
I know.
It's like,
Slash Voldemort. That's
Totally.
It is exactly that. Yeah. Stop it.
I can't.
Oh, that's great, Sam. That was amazing. Yeah.
And then my next what the fuck was, why is the whole hospital empty when Michael chases Jamie? Like, I was like, this has to be a dream sequence because there's nobody in the entire building. She runs from the second floor around the first into the basement and it's like, oh, we've been looking everywhere for you. Really? The one employee at a hospital? There's only one?
Yeah.
he's in the basement.
My next one was, why did it take so long for Michael Myers in that house to kill Rachel at the beginning?
Yeah.
Right?
Why play with her?
He just walks around her. Right? Like, he doesn't care. He's not trying to build tension. He just wants to kill her. There's that part where she's picking out that sweater. And my God, she looks at that sweater so long. She's just like, this is the perfect outfit that I'm going to wear. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're looking at it forever. And then she doesn't put any pants on. She just puts this, which I guess is supposed to be like, ooh, we're going to see something. But she puts that on and it just comes below her butt cheeks. And then she's walking around. She does this thing with Max, blah, blah, blah. And then finally she gets killed. So I was just, why did it take so long?
And I still don't get why. Why
Yeah.
kill her? Like, I don't know.
It's the revenge.
Like, it didn't
She was
seem
there when
very-
he fell in the hole.
Yeah,
So-
but the revenge should have taken longer. Like, why don't you build that tension? Like, she
the
was...
like, she should have been where Tina is. Like, I thought when
Yeah.
I was that Tina was going to walk in and get slashed by Michael, and then Rachel was going to survive. Like,
yeah.
and
Well,
be
and
the
this
one-
was in the research. I'm just
Yeah.
going to talk about it now. So when she read the script, she thought, well, why am I dying so quick? And she had that question as well. It's like, I was able to outsmart and fight Michael Myers for this whole last scene. And now I'm getting killed in the
Immediately,
first
yeah.
5 or 10 minutes of the movie. She says, why wouldn't she last just a little bit longer?
Yeah.
And build that up. And I agree. I don't think Tina should have been introduced. Like, she could have been fodder for Michael.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rachel should have died right away.
No.
I had seen in my research that apparently the roles were supposed to be reversed.
Oh.
Like, Tina was supposed to be Rachel. Rachel was supposed to be Tina, basically, from the beginning of the film. So Tina would have died early.
Yeah. Which
Right.
would, that's what
And
I
then
thought was
Rachel would have
make
kept
sense.
going. And then it would have made sense with, because Tina's like, I need to see Jamie. I need to see Jamie. It's like, why does the friend of the sister need to, like, so, but apparently I don't know why. I didn't find any information as to why they switched it.
Right.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
did.
I
And then it
didn't
became
either.
stupid.
And yeah, that part doesn't make sense when she talks to her boyfriend, who is then Michael Myers in the mask, and is like,
Yeah.
are you mad because I want to see Jamie? Are you mad? And all of a sudden it turns about Jamie and not about her friend Rachel, who she was supposed to take to the barn with her. But they replaced with this other blonde girl that looks very similar, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
Sam or Sammy, I think.
Sam.
Yeah. So that was my what the
And
fuck.
was Tina in the other one? Like,
I don't
number
think she's
4?
in 4.
No. She
So
was
that
just
would have made more sense
introduced.
because it's like she's introduced and now she's this big caretaker / I
Also,
don't know.
why are they like, oh, we got this whole house to ourselves, and then they go to a different party?
Yeah.
Well, what's her name there? Oh, Rachel must have just went to her grandparents' place. Like, they make some excuses to why she's not there, but they don't check and look for her. And then they were supposed to go to the Tower Farm together.
Yeah.
They made plans to do that. That's why she was getting dressed up. So the fact that she just like, oh, she must have went, puts the key back up and leaves with Sam.
No, it doesn't make
What the fuck? It just doesn't make sense. Mike, did you have any others?
Yeah, I just had a couple other what the fucks. One was the old lady at the party in a rocking chair.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there, like all these teenagers are just like drinking and having fun and dancing, and there's just an old woman just like
chilling.
Like, is she catatonic? What's happening? So I was just like, what the fuck is that?
She's enjoying the scene,
But
man.
they gave her a tight shot, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other what the fuck I had was the cops all show up. There is a serial killer. They find a dead body and they're like, well, let's clear out. So they're not going to look for the killer. And then not one person remains behind.
No.
Like, I get the other two cops are stupid, but the entire force is as well.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, that party would have been the perfect time to, like, really
Kill everyone.
have Michael Myers unleash hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Would have been
Like,
amazing.
He could have come in and just thrown people through walls. Like, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And they totally missed the mark on that. And they could have killed the old lady then. Like, close shot. I'm Mrs. Tower. Why are you? Bang. Done.
Yeah, done.
Right? Like,
You're not one of the kids I let party?
yeah.
But instead, they did the 20-minute barn sex scene with no nudity.
Yeah, where they all leave the party to go to the barn. It doesn't make any sense. Well, and then they're going to go all like skinny dip. And that one guy, the guy in the gorilla, is it a gorilla costume? I'm not sure what he was. He was in
That's that's my hide in the shadows.
Oh,
What is
sorry.
he dressed up as? I was like, what the
is
fuck
he?
is it? I was like, is it a raccoon, a skunk?
Yeah.
It's like a monkey. I was like, is this blackface? I was like, I don't know what it is. I was like,
It was so bad.
It was
The costume was horrible, and the character, they made a point of giving him lines, and then he never shows up in anything else. Like,
No.
I was like, well, kill him off at least.
Yeah.
No.
Anybody who has a line, at least a couple of lines in a horror movie gets killed.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
No.
And she, you just want to see me naked? Well, I can't. And then they run out, and Okay, we're going to move into our hiding in the shadows. And Sam, since I already stepped over one of them, why don't you start with your other couple?
I hate to break it to you. You stepped over a couple.
Oh,
so I
I'm
should have put
sorry.
some in
I'm
what
so
the
sorry.
fuck. No, it's
Yeah.
fine. So I had who the fuck is the man in black? Like
Yeah.
that guy that
Okay.
I didn't understand. I don't understand why Jamie was able to see what Michael Myers was doing and then that just stopped halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because she got her speech back.
so she just loses that weird,
I guess.
like, Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. They're no longer connected.
Okay. Because she can speak. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that guy dressed up as? What is the tattoo and why? So those are all the ones.
sorry.
Yeah, so
I mentioned
everyone.
those a
So
lot, yeah.
sorry. No, I should have put them in what the
I
fuck.
apologize because but those are questions that legitimately came up throughout the film. And I know.
Like huge plot holes.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Loomis didn't explain
Something?
Yeah,
Anything?
anything besides go home.
Well, with the tattoo, like you'd think there would have been some development with that.
Yeah.
Like they just showed those two have the same tattoo. Yeah, there was just a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Mike, you have some hiding in the shadows?
Yeah, my first one was just a comment of all the acting seems fueled by cocaine. Like they're just this entire movie, the production, everything just seems like a cocaine fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another one I had was almost what the fuck, but Jamie, when she like falls over in the grass and Michael's standing there, she didn't break anything, strain anything, but then she's like crawling away like, no, it's like stand up and run. Stand up and run. But she crawls away slow and it's like, oh, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that's kind of the trope of people falling in the woods and all that
Yeah.
stuff,
Just,
right?
yeah.
Like they just use it to death, right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that they is it Sam that gets killed in the barn with Spitz there?
Yeah.
Where she grabs the pitchfork. And I was like, okay, like she's going to fight back. This is going to be good. All Michael Myers does is grab it, throw it away, and then use the sides and kill
Yeah.
her. I was like, that is this total missed opportunity of having someone who's being stalked and attacked have a little bit of power.
Yeah, to be able
Yeah.
to fight back a
And-
little bit.
Yeah, and they just fucked it up. All right. Any more hiding in the shadows, Mike?
This just bothered me because the Myers house that they go to in this film is architecturally different from the other Halloween films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just bothered me so much. And then the other one was just like when Jamie falls down the laundry chute.
Yeah.
100% would have broken something.
Oh, yeah. She went down like 3
That
floors.
was a hell of a fall.
from the top floor to the basement.
Yeah.
And I love how that little latch is able to hold a whole person's body weight to come through. Like she
And then
would've
Michael
shot
can't
through
open
there,
it.
and then Michael's like,
Especially from 3 floors
super
up.
strength, and he's like, oh, this lock is.
It's like one piece of tin.
So now I'm just gonna stab through stuff, and it's like, oh, come on, man.
It would have been cool if he like picked it up and like
Ripped it
off.
apart.
ripped it off,
Yeah.
and then you could see her legs dangle or something like that, right?
Something, yeah.
Anything.
There are lots of things they could have done, none
true.
of which they did.
No, that is very true.
All right, now we're going to go into our bonus features. Okay, I have a bit. The first thing I had was they shot the film in Salt Lake City, Utah.
There's been quite a few movies I feel that we've done that are in Salt Lake City, which
Just doesn't seem like a film.
no,
town
that's
to
why
me.
I've said
No.
this is I think the
Yeah.
third one that we've come by in the last little bit.
Interesting.
So-
I know, I think there's a couple of, and I don't know for sure, but I thought I heard that Insidious, there was a couple of those, like later on, those films were shot in Salt Lakes.
Huh.
So,
I wonder
anyways,
Good tax breaks, maybe.
maybe.
why. Maybe. Yeah, makes sense.
And then I heard an interview with the guy who played Michael Myers, and he said at the beginning he had to do that water scene where they blew up and he fell into the creek there. And he said the water was 34 degrees,
Ugh.
so bitter cold, and the rapids were going pretty fast. And he said that
he was bobbing like a lazy
well,
river.
he said that he had to go down, and there was a certain spot where he had to grab the netting that they had laid out, and if he didn't, he was just gonna keep going.
Oh, Jesus.
To the sea.
Yeah. So he was like, this was one of those cases where you had to hit your mark. Otherwise, there was going to be a lot of problems. Like they would have had
Jesus.
to like get people out to try to get him out of there and stuff like
So
that.
they had no
They had no
secondary.
They had
backup.
no secondary backup. He was
A
just
lot of
like,
pressure.
you got to get down here, and this is where you have to direct yourself. Like,
Jesus.
while you're bobbing down this creek, you have to get that net. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Sam, did you have some?
A couple of mine we've already kind of talked about throughout, so I just kind of have one here. The laundry chute scene was filmed with 30 different sections of the laundry chute. So some were full props, some were positioned, others were various sections that had cut out portions for filming. The scene was really complex, but it was all actually shot in one night, which I thought was
wow.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Mike?
The rest of mine were taken.
Um,
It's okay. It's fine.
I'll start with my usual. The budget was 5.5 million and the box office was 11.6. So it did well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you're talking about promotion and stuff like that. Like that
Yeah.
costs a lot of money. I bet you it didn't make a ton. Like it
Yeah,
did
the return
okay,
probably wasn't
but
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what was your other one?
Ellie Cornell, who played Rachel, almost backed out of the film, as you mentioned, because her character dies so early.
Mm-hmm.
But then she changed her mind after producers, and this is in quotes, sweetened the deal in addition to her death scene being softened. So she probably got paid a fair good amount of money to appear in this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So then with that, I'll talk about her death scene. So she was supposed to get stabbed down the throat with the scissors.
Jesus.
So it's supposed to go, like he was supposed to grab her by the neck and then stab it down her mouth.
Jesus.
But she read that and she figured that that death was too indignified for Rachel's character and she didn't like it. And so she pushed back. And so I think that's what you're talking about. Like in her negotiation, she probably read the script and was like, no, I don't like the
No.
way this is happening. So they changed it and they stabbed her in the shoulder. But I think they could have changed to
They could-
something better.
They could have
Yeah.
done something way better, and they could have shown a bit more, and they could have built it up. Like
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
like there was no build up to that. Like if this is the revenge, like that's the person who's seeking revenge.
Yeah.
On. Like
Yeah.
really, right?
yeah.
I
So-
wish she would have escaped that scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she could have run out and been like, Michael's back. And then Loomis would appear and be like, no.
The rage, Michael.
Rage, Michael, stop it.
But she could have died like protecting the kid. Like it could have been done.
Yeah,
just to,
like if she
build-
would have went there and said, I have to get Jamie, then they could have escalated that scenario. And then there was a purpose for Michael to be stalking them and other people getting in the way. They missed the boat on that. I think she should have been way more integral in that film.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. And then I had one where the whole opening of the movie where Jamie was in the insane asylum and stuff was shot in one take.
Oh, wow.
They actually shot that near the end and they only shot at night. for a lot of those scenes. And so at that time, they were running out of nightlight.
Huh.
So they were like, we got to go. And so they shot it all in one take.
Wow, that's impressive.
Mike, you have some others?
I just have a little bit on the sort of occult side of this. Help maybe explain the Man in Black and a couple of things.
Oh, yeah.
So originally the old man that rescued Michael in the beginning was meant to be an occultist that would have been the one responsible for the tattoo on his wrist.
All right.
That would make so much sense.
Which is meant to give him eternal life. The scenes were shot, but it was changed to a kindly hermit after some second guessing from the filmmakers and some editing done around what was already shot. So then that leads into my next thing, which does this steal from you? I don't know.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm breathing heavy because that would have been way better.
Yeah.
Then we would have had some explanation as to why these tattoos made a difference and why anything was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that it's like that tattoo gives him eternal life. It's like as opposed to the last 3 other films
I was going
where
to say,
he dies and comes back.
he got shot like 10,000 times and fell down a cliff into water. Like he should be dead. He should be dead. And they were lighting him up.
Oh, they lit him up with those shotgun blasts. It was a boom, 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 boom. I mean,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And then for people that haven't seen the 6th one, The Curse of Michael Myers, the Man in Black is actually Dr. Terrence Wynn, who ran the Smiths Grove Sanitarium that Michael escaped from in the original Halloween.
Oh.
And then Wynn is the head of the Cult of Thorn and marked Michael with a curse that drove him to kill his entire family, which again doesn't make sense because he kills his sister before he goes to the sanitarium.
Yeah.
But whatever. Granting the cult power. The Man in Black watches over Michael, and that's why he busted him out of the police station in Halloween 5. It's a lot of force. Like I was reading about how the script wasn't complete when they began filming.
Yes.
The Man in Black wasn't even part of it when they started filming.
Yeah, I have stuff on that. Yeah.
And so I'll stop there. Maybe you can take over, Chad, but it just gets ridiculous.
Well, yeah. I watched some interviews with the people that were involved with the making of the film. And yeah, the Man in Black wasn't in the script. No one knew who he was. He was added. And then all things were supposed to be cleared up in part 6. And he was supposed to be kind of an alter ego of Michael Myers. But there was never any clear direction as to where they were going to go with it. Yeah. So he was a developmental character that they sandwiched in to Halloween 5 to hopefully clear up in Halloween 6.
Right.
But left a lot of questions in Halloween 5.
So many.
And then they didn't really develop it in Halloween 6, if I remember
I don't
correctly.
remember any of this.
I don't know if I've seen 6.
I need to rewatch 6 because I know I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to check it out. Or maybe did they make a 6 or
there is a 6?
Did it go to H2O?
No, there is a Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Then it's H2O.
Okay. So yeah, I will have to rewatch it because I know I've seen them all. Yeah. I made the effort.
I thought I had, but I guess I hadn't.
Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar to me.
Just as we said, audiences didn't like Tina as the hero. They wanted Rachel as the hero.
It made no sense.
So she got a lot of pushback for that. And also Rachel thought she died too early.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't understand this. I did have one more, sorry. After the success of Halloween 4, they were like, we're going to capitalize on this. So they really rushed through Halloween 5 and they pushed it. And so Jamie even said, we basically finished shooting and I got a call to be back on the next one. Yeah. And they just really pushed it through.
Yeah, they pushed this to release Halloween the year following 4's release. Yeah.
Because they wanted to,
stay on the high.
Get more money.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Mike, do you have any others?
Just the international titles.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
There weren't a lot of great ones. There was a lot of just literal translations of Revenge of Michael Myers, but some of the stars of the other alternate titles, China had Ghost Hunt 5, which Greece, The Night of Masks 5.
The Night of Masks.
Sweden's was All Saints Bloody Night.
Oh, yeah.
And then Vietnam, Carnival of Horrors 5, Revenge of the Devil. And then Taiwan's Moonlight Panic 5, Revenge Night. So there weren't like ha ones, but few off the marks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I did have one thing that I missed about the mask because the mask really bothered me.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why the mask looked so different. So I did a Google search and I actually went down a Reddit.
Oh, yes, my favorite.
Little hole there. And everybody was like, oh, it's the degradation of time and blah, 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 blah. But then this one person came out and said this. The reason why it looks the way it does is because it was modeled or sculpted from KNB FX director Greg Nicotero's face. Greg Nicotero went on to do special effects, makeup effects for many popular horror films through the last 30 years. He is also known to make some of the most iconic zombie designs on the Walking Dead series. The reason why the mask was changed was just another arbitrary decision to fit the Euro horror-centric style of Halloween 5. Like the Myers house style, Jamie not being evil again, killing Rachel, and having Tina take the lead.
It was just
because.
okay.
Yes. So they didn't want to use the William Shatner mask that they were used all before. They remodeled it and said, okay, we're going to change it up. So that was it.
Should not have.
Did not work.
Nope. And I thought it looked weird. So now we're going to go to our watchability scale. We're going to rate this out of 10. So Mike, what did you give this out of 10?
It's a 1.
Yeah.
Like it's a tired, drawn out, worn out franchise that it should have been done with 4.
Yeah.
This is a 1.
Okay, Sam?
I was kind of going back and forth because I'm like, should it be a 1 or a 2? Because I'm like, there's so many movies I hate. Like, it's low. It's not. They're not.
A 1 or a 2.
And I was like, it's not as bad as a lot of the movies. Like, I was like I could watch it, but I think the amount of questions that came out of it, so many things didn't make sense and they were rushed. I think they did a poor job, and I don't think they did Michael Myers from the first films justice. So I'm going to give it a 1 because of that.
Yeah, and I agree. We got 3 1s, and I think it's all been explained. It's just, it's a tired, old kind of series that wasn't reinvented very well, didn't match the title, and I didn't think it really made that much of an impact on the franchise. So I'll give it a 1. You can miss it. Watch 4, skip over.
Yeah. Stop there.
Just stop.
Just stop. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, right? So there's only so much you can watch this slow, sulking guy attack people. So. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening to us. Remember to follow us on Instagram. We are at ScreamStreamPod. Stop by our website, screamsandstreams.com, where we have information about our episodes, descriptions of our categories, links to our research, our watchability scale, and a page where you can recommend movies you want us to discuss. Please rate, comment on, and subscribe to our show on any of the platforms where you get your podcasts. Until next time, this has been Chad and
Sam
and
Mike.
Scare you later.